This is an opportunity for us to just do it.
It's a roll up your sleeves and go to work attitude.
Hurricanes Rita and Katrina have had a profound effect on how we view living in South Louisiana.
If we're going to be here, let's do things in a smart way, protect ourselves.
Louisiana Speaks is a plan that was really developed by the people of Louisiana.
This plan is a mandate. It's a mandate for change.
I've been here all my life. We've always known and said that we are becoming more and more vulnerable each day as we experience more and more coastal land loss. We can't just move out of here and do the things that we do for the rest of the nation.
Louisiana has always had a bounty of resources. Louisiana produces a quarter of the nation's natural gas, and nearly 30% of the nation's crude oil supply is either produced in Louisiana, offshore Louisiana, or moves through its coastal wetlands to half the nation's refining capacity. 40% of America's seafood harvest spends part of its life cycle in the nurseries of Louisiana's wetlands. Our state's commercial fishing industry produces 25% of the nation's seafood. Louisiana's culture, heritage, and her people are also treasured throughout the world. But in recent years, we've also learned how vulnerable we can be.
Hurricanes Katrina and Rita were one event. They really were one event. And you combine the socioeconomic impact of both of those storms, and there's no other state in the nation that has ever gone through what we've gone through. And I think the standard is that when you have a disaster of epic proportions, it is exactly that. It's a disaster. You can't just dwell on that. You have to recognize that you have to go forward, you have to recover, and you have to work very hard in the process.
As hard-working, determined Louisianans rebuild, they have come together like never before to choose a new direction for Louisiana, one that can help us live here safely while preserving our unique and beloved way of life.
And the first thing we needed was a belief in our shared future, that we can indeed live safely and sustainably in coastal Louisiana. We need that kind of thinking about where we should develop sustainably, how we should reinvest in our core urban and town communities, how we should stop the temptation to sprawl into the wetlands, and instead think about infill development in places that have high ground, in places that are safe and insurable, and over the long haul, sustainable.
Following the hurricanes of 2005, a group of Louisiana citizens determined to help in our recovery first embarked on what has become one of the largest and most comprehensive regional planning initiatives in our nation's history, called Louisiana Speaks. And now it's your chance to lend your support. But first, some background on the plan and what it can do for Louisiana. Created as a long-term planning initiative of the Louisiana Recovery Authority and funded through the LRA's support organization, the Louisiana Speaks initiative held hundreds of meetings and conducted extensive public surveys. Some 27,000 Louisianans from all walks of life helped create this plan, an effort unlike any other in U.S. history. They provided their input on everything from transportation and housing needs to coastal restoration and levee protection, to economic development strategies. In our survey, 9 out of 10 people wanted to see funding and implementation of the state's proposed coastal protection and restoration plan. 8 out of 10 said they wanted to refocus more of our new growth into existing communities. 9 out of 10 said we need a better balance between property rights and protecting our neighborhoods from storms. All of this went right into the plan.
So what people in Louisiana were able to do, with good help from expert planners from all over the United States, was to take their ideas and their ideals and put them to paper so that they were informed by the data and by the scientific reality of what could be, and recognizing the kind of risk that Louisiana suffered in the past, they could minimize that risk in the future with well-informed decision making. So that's what the plan is really about.
The result of Louisiana Speaks' ambitious undertaking is a 50-year guidebook, a roadmap for Louisiana's future growth and recovery.
At the end of the day, this is a citizen-driven process and a citizen-driven plan. And it has within it very concrete priorities for investment in terms of transit, transportation, coastal protection.
State and local governments and their citizens will use the plan to recover sustainably, grow smarter, and think regionally. That means to recover and grow in ways that can be sustained over the long term, with well-planned, well-managed land and economic development that's designed to create more livable and walkable communities with more transportation options. This plan can help build a stronger Louisiana.
Louisiana Speaks is the umbrella for our plan. Our plan fits nicely, the New Orleans plan, with its target areas and so forth within Louisiana Speaks. So when we go for resources, we can speak as a region to the state, to the federal government, and to our own citizens, and how all this works together as one complete plan for economic, social, and physical recovery.
The plan also has laid a foundation for better economic development, better, more integrated transportation planning, and more livable communities. And I know that across southern Louisiana, there's a flurry of local initiatives moving forward, from Lake Charles and their waterfront planning to certainly the North Shore, Tangipahoa, West Feliciana, Baton Rouge. Everyone's looking at things in a different way and I think coming up with new and better solutions.
The Citizens Plan is the plan, and citizens will only operate effectively and smartly in a plan and a program that they help create. So we're not imposing something on them. We're rebuilding the neighborhoods the way they want them built.
Right after the hurricanes in February of 2006, the LRA brought a design team called the Dream Team of planners and different people coming to Louisiana, different consultants to look at Louisiana, look at hurricane recovery. And Lake Charles was one of the communities where they came, and they did a series of public meetings, and as a result of that public meeting they came out with a development plan for the downtown area, including the lakefront. And about 82% of the people voted in favor of it. So we were excited about it.